Right now on 9 News Mornings, there's still so much heartbreak around the country after the school shooting in Uvalde, Texas. The town is predominantly Latino, and this morning, local Latino organizations are ready to help you. Northfield High School went on lockdown after a report of a student with a gun. It turned out to be a paintball gun. We'll hear from a parenting expert about why open conversations are crucial to ease the fear as these things happen. And summer will look a lot different at many local pools this year. There's not enough lifeguards. We'll discuss the latest staffing issues just ahead on 9 News Mornings.
We're taking a live look out at Denver this morning. It's Friday. What a gorgeous sunrise today. We have a beautiful Memorial Day weekend ahead of us, but last weekend's snow is still impacting a few plans.
Yeah, Trail Ridge Road in Rocky Mountain National Park was supposed to open for Memorial Day weekend. Crews were on schedule to get that road cleared, and then last week's storm happened. We are told now that plows are trying to clear about 5-foot drifts at the higher elevations up near the Alpine Visitor Center.
What a different world up there.
Isn't that something?
It's over my head.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my goodness.
It really is. It really is.
Man, you just look at the, snow-capped peaks, and boy, they are snow-capped right now.
Which is pretty. But
Yeah.
It's true.
Well, Breckenridge got 1.5 feet of snow out of that storm system. So they got a lot of snow up there, some pretty impressive amounts. Not this weekend, however.
It's going to be warm, isn't it?
It is going to be warm, but then we do have a cool down heading our way. So let's go outside and take a look at what we've got going on. It's going to be 88 degrees today. That's well above the norm for this time of year. More of the same tomorrow, and then I'll show you the cool down. So right now we just have some high clouds around here. Temperature stands at 60 degrees, so it is a mild morning. And you can see we have a few clouds drifting through the area. They'll continue to do that and then produce maybe a scattered shower or thunderstorm. They'll be widely scattered, but they will be out there. And then for tomorrow, I think we see more clouds than sunshine and not much in the way of showers, maybe a sprinkle here and there. But look at all the moisture we have to work with over the next several days, and cooler air is going to come down along with it. So 88 degrees today with some late showers. Tomorrow, pretty much more of the same. Then we get to 78 on Sunday. And look at your Monday, 73 degrees with a chance of an isolated scattered storm. And that's for the holiday.
thank you so much. We do want to show you what the Friday morning drive is looking like here through Highlands Ranch. This is C470 and Broadway this morning, where we are looking just fine, good and quiet. The rest of the metro reflecting the same thing at this hour. Just looking at green, could be pretty quiet since we're headed into that holiday weekend. Maybe a lot of you sleeping in, so we'll definitely see as the commute progresses here. Westbound 76 Drive into Commerce City from E470 is still only 10 minutes. So you definitely have the green light. Both sides of 270 in good shape so far as well. That northwest side only going to take you 5 minutes to drive between I-70 and I-25. And if you're traveling here in the next few on I-70 between I-25 and 225, that commute time just 8 minutes both ways.
Coloradans are remembering the lives of the victims of the school shooting in Uvalde, Texas. Last night, people gathered outside the state capitol for a candlelight vigil. Organizers called it a night of action, advocating for stricter gun reform laws.
Irma Garcia is one of the teachers killed in Texas. Her family says her husband has also died. Irma's nephew told NBC News Joe her husband collapsed while preparing for his wife's funeral. Doctors say it could be an example of broken heart syndrome, where bursts of stress hormones can prevent your heart from properly contracting. Joe and Irma Garcia met in high school sweethearts. They were married for 24 years. They leave behind 4 children ranging in age from 13 to 23.
The town where the shooting happened is predominantly Latino, and so were most of the victims. Mental
health services in our area are ready to help anyone having trouble processing this, especially those in the Latino community. Servicios de la Raza opened its behavioral health lines this week for people to call if they're struggling with what happened in Uvalde. They accept all clients regardless of ethnicity, but they have a focus on the Latino community to provide culturally responsive mental health services. The health line will be open for the next few weeks.
I would say stigma is still very much present in our community. I think there's a lot of misinformation around mental health. And so a lot of our focus is really educating community about what mental health, what substance misuse is, and really having the understanding that all human beings have mental health the same way we do physical health.
Well, if you or somebody you know needs to talk to someone, there is the number to call, the Cervasios support line. We have that number on the bottom of the screen, 720-410-7108. And we also have that number listed at 9news.com. Survivors and family members of the Aurora Theater shooting often send messages of hope to people in communities that are dealing with pain.
Right, they know that pain very well. 9 News reporter Courtney Yoon shows us how love makes its way around the country by crane.
This one says care and blessings.
The words on these paper cranes are similar to the messages Heather Dearman and other survivors received after the 2012 Aurora Theater tragedy.
He sent us 1,000 paper cranes, and on each crane was a message that he collected from his community.
Inspired by a boy from Missouri who reached out during their time of pain, Heather has been collecting paper cranes with messages of hope to send to others experiencing similar tragedies since 2018.
It's hard to say out loud and recognize that I come to this garden the most when a tragedy happens.
She comes here to the Aurora Memorial Gardens to remember her second cousin, 6-year-old Veronica Moser, who was killed in 2012, and to reflect on other tragedies happening across the nation.
As we added this paper crane piece box, that was actually built by a Columbine survivor, and he was telling me how much it healed him to build this box.
The Peace Box is a new addition to the gardens where people can fold a crane and write a message to someone in need of comfort.
Over time, you learn about things like that and you remember, and it means so much to you.
Now, these cranes will make their way to comfort those in Laguna Woods, California, Uvalde, Texas, and Buffalo, New York.
As months go on, people are forgotten about, and when that community receives that wreath, then that time they'll remember that they are not forgotten.
Courtney Yoon, 9 News.
If you'd like to fold a paper crane message, you can do so inside the Aurora History Museum or at the Memorial Gardens. This, of course, has been a difficult week. If you need someone to talk to, there is help available. Take advantage of the number on your screen. It's the Colorado Crisis Services. It's 844-493-8255, or you can text TALK to 38255.
Some new news overnight. The sheriff's office says at least one deputy shot and killed a suspect in Larimer County. It happened about 6:30 last night. Deputies were trying to make a traffic stop for a car with a wanted fugitive. The car sped off. There was a chase. During that chase, we are told that the suspect fired at deputies. Eventually, the car stopped and the suspect got out and ran and was shot and killed. We don't know how many deputies shot at the suspect. Well, as you can imagine, it was extra stressful when somebody reported seeing a gun at Northfield High School in northeast Denver yesterday. Police rushed there about 9:30 in the morning. Denver police say that a student saw the weapon and called campus security. School was immediately placed on lockdown, and about an hour later, police walked a young man out of the school in handcuffs. Denver police say the student ended up having a paintball gun. A picture from a camera in the school shows that person all in black with that paintball gun. A second student was also taken into custody. Police would not say why. Both of those students have now been released, but they could face charges in the future. After all this happened, students were bused a few blocks away to be reunited with their parents. Many had been waiting for their kids outside of the school for several hours. Denver Public Schools says it's going to review its reunification process now based on how the system worked out yesterday.
Well, child psychologist Dr. Cheryl Ziegler says your kid probably knows about what happened at Northfield yesterday, even if they weren't at the school. She says a lot of kids are getting that information from social media as it's happening. Dr. Ziegler says that's why it's so important to talk to your kid about it and how they're feeling in the moment.
Process that. Make sure you take the time to process what that felt like, what they were thinking, how their body felt, how they're feeling tonight. Those are very important follow-up conversations.
Dr. Ziegler says she also had conversations with kids yesterday about how to talk to their parents. She says she told them as hard as it is to open up, it will help their parents process things as well.